Data duplication in Excel. In Excel, there might be data duplication. Data duplication in the sense that there might be repetition of an input. Now, an input might actually be twice, and now generating an output, a wrong output for your data. Okay, let's assume you gave someone to fill in a form, and the person filled the form and the network had problem. So not knowing the fact that the form that he or she filled uh, has went through. So the person went back and filled the form again. So to you, the owner of the data will be duplicated with the same answer. So if you ignore, then when you are generating your response, when you're generating your insights, then there might be some errors. That is to say, because you have not handled your data properly. So that is why in Excel we do data duplication, removing of data duplication. So if data is duplicated twice, then you delete or you remove the data that is being duplicated. So let's work on this name and age data that I have here. We have Aju, Ajay, John, Jude, John, James, Jude, Ajay, Jude, Aju, and Favor. Now, if you check the name, you'll notice the fact that there has been maybe a slightly repetition of names. Like Aju was repeated twice, Ajay was repeated twice or three times, Haji was repeated twice, John was repeated twice, Jude was repeated twice. Now, if you want to do data duplication, you must consider some things. You must consider the data you want to use. Now, do you want to use the name or you want to use the age? Then that is one of the major reasons. Maybe you gave it to some people and maybe you gave it out and they bears the same name. Like some places whereby you see maybe they bears the same surname, where you see this is Ajay, this is Aju, then most of them wrote their surname. Or maybe you gave it to a family that is bearing the same surname, then they only wrote their surname without their name. So you only be seeing Ajay, Ajay, which you thought it is data duplication, which is not. But how do you figure it out is by looking at other data inside to check if those data are not the same. So if you check here, these data are not the same. So let's quickly undo the data duplication in a way. So you select the one, you go to remove duplicate. So you can check by maybe you want to use name. If you want to use name to remove duplicates, then you can check. If you want to use name, then you uncheck age. If you want to use age, then you uncheck name. So if we use age, then we uncheck name. Then let's check. So it will give you no duplicate value found. Then let's use name and uncheck age. You see how mysterious this will work. Then if you click on OK, then you see, can you see 6 duplicate values and 7 are removed. Then 7 unique values remain. So that is to say, it's removed 6 duplicate value. So on a normal day, you have to check if truly you're having a duplicate value or you're not. So now in this situation, we are not having a duplicate value. That is to say, now the age of Aju in number 1 is not the same age of Aju in column A13, right? And the name of Haji in column A3 is not the same as the name of Haji in column A6. So let's assume we have 20, yes, 20, okay, 20, 30. Here we have Haji, we have 30. Let's see, 23. Okay, Haji we have 30. We have John we have 25. Let's leave it at 25, and here we change it to 25. Then for Jude we change it to 26. Then James we leave it at 30, and Aji we leave it at that, and Aju we leave it at 20. Then if you have it like this, Aju 20, Aji 30, Aji 30, Aji 23, Aji 30, and others, you will notice the fact that now this corresponds to each other. Aju 20, Aju 20, this is a duplicated value. Haji 30, Haji 30, this is also a duplicated value. John 25, John 25, that is also a duplicated value. So how do we check it? The same way we checked. You go to remove value. Now let's use the true. Now let's use this true. We are not now unselecting any of this. Then let's use this true to check. So you'll notice the fact that it will bring out 5 duplicated value found and removed. 8 unique values remain. So that is to say, we have only 5 duplicated value and they'll be removed. So let's do it again the way the first one. So let's check the first one too. If this will work, then it will say no. So now when we then unselect any of this, and now we have duplicated value for name but no duplicated value for age. So we didn't unselect any of this, then and we click OK, you'll notice the fact that it says no duplicated value found. That is to say, it looks from name and age, it checks the two, then it sees the fact that they are both unique. That is to say, Aju is 20, Aji is 21. So if it goes to another one where we have Haju, that is Aju again, then it checks again that okay, is the age corresponding? Then it notices the fact that hey, age is 31, age is 20. This is a unique value. You understand? This is a unique value and not a duplicated value. So that is how you're going to check for duplicated value, and you remove the duplicated value in your data cell, in your data.